in
Yeah.
the Champions Chess Tour. He did h4 against Wei Yi.
Yeah, d3, c3. I think he also played f3, king f2 against Wesley at some point.
He did. And did in some classical, not a classical game, in some rapid blitz game online. And okay, how's he going to make a4 make sense? So I'm guessing he has to follow that up with d4 or something, but he's gone for some Reti setup.
Well, a4 is not that weakening, probably.
No.
White is not that much worse. But of course, black has a
But shouldn't you
choice
be
of us.
responding with e5 to all these a5s, h5s?
I haven't studied that much a4 theory yet. I know there are certain players, like my dear friend Lucas van Forest, who are going for this position and playing a4 here if they start with one e4. So maybe that was Magnus's plan. But I also don't think he's really looking for an advantage. It's more like, see how much goofiness he can get away with. But the position they have now, it's actually a theoretical position where a4
It's normal, right?
is, yeah, not the main move, but can't be that bad. Maybe Wesley goes a5.
What about c5? Okay, on the board. Because that kind of makes sense. You know, c5 and then maybe capture on d4. Oh, but Magnus.
Not happening. Takes, knight a6. Well, a normal setup for white would be knight c3, takes, and bishop to e3. It's a theoretical position with cards reversed and the pawn still being back here. But there, the a pawn would actually help a little. Yeah, he does do that. I think he only does nonsense in the first move, and then he starts playing well.
Does Magnus ever discuss with you guys the nonsense?
I think
Or does
mainly
he?
with Peter Heine, who's his head coach, who's here, who has to endure all the idiocy as well. Like they had to study one f3, but no, for the World Championship match, one a4 wasn't discussed in detail that much. I can reveal.
Was it played in blitz? No.
I don't think so. No. Now it makes perfect sense.
No,
like
now
a5,
it's
bishop
perfectly.
b7.
It worked
Well,
beautifully.
A bit better. Putting some pressure.
Yeah.
Bishop will go to d4 at some point.
He does
comes.
this. He even did this with 1h4 on the tour just last week, you know. He made it look good. Even though it was called Dirty Harry by Simon Williams. Okay.
Pawn to e6, yeah, just a normal position. Okay, 3, maybe intending to play queen a1.
That makes a lot of sense.
And of course it puts some psychological pressure on Wesley, because now if he loses, he not only loses, but he loses to 1a4, which is more annoying. And that's typically because when you're playing online blitz, you get a lot of people playing dodgy openings, and sometimes they always have this justification, right? If they lose, okay, but I play 1a4. Well, I don't think Magnus thinks like that, but if they win, they also humiliated you by playing 1a4.
Yeah.
So it's a tough spot for Wesley.
Yeah, definitely. That's actually what happened to Jan Christoph Duda after f3. And Super Patzer in the Chess 24 chat was telling us that decades ago, Bent Larsen wrote that 1a4, h4, perfectly okay.
I don't think he meant on the first move. He said, if in doubt, push the flank pawns.
Was that the correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think that's ancient Scandinavian wisdom that Magnus is employing here. Magnus, big Bent Larsen fan, though. I think it was his first chess book, or he mentioned.
Actually, most Scandinavians have started their chess career by reading Bent Larsen's Good Move Guide or something. I think I read a photocopied version of it.
Wow.
Yeah. It was a difficult book to get hold of.
I've never seen it. Do you consider yourself a Scandinavian nowadays?
You know, the funny thing is, after the pandemic, something happened. I stayed in Norway for longer than 2 weeks. That was very, very unusual.
Did you stay in Norway during the pandemic?
Yes, I was absolutely, you know, I couldn't leave the country. So I stayed in Bergen for like 6 months, and lo and behold, I started thinking like a Scandinavian. And over Christmas, I went back to the UK for the first time in a year and a half, and I was like, the air's a bit what was the word, kind of like polluted here. And I was a bit shocked at my thinking. I've never ever thought about that in the UK, ever. And I went to London and I thought, London's cool, but I like Bergen better. And that was like, I don't know, I think I have to spend more time in England. I have to shake this way of thinking. It's too much.
So your list of cool cities is now Bergen 1?
No,
London 2?
Bergen's never ever
Paris
been
3?
on the top 50. But I mean, it's just, I've been in it so long that I kind of forced myself to become quite passionate about it.
Gotcha. It's beautiful.
It is beautiful, but the weather's so bad. It's just relentless. But anyway, I'm going to UK anyway. Back again, I'm looking forward to that. And I'll be playing the Olympiad in India, playing for England. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And the Rook defends. So white, I feel like white is slightly better here.
I like this queen on b4 though, Wesley. Found a way to stop white from doing anything too active on the queen side, tying the rook to the defense of this pawn. I can make some active moves, bishop c5 maybe, to simplify further. I think he's done well. Oh no, he grabbed the pawn. Vicious.
I saw this kind of trend that Wesley was adopting in the super bet. He was grabbing all kinds of poison pawns.
Maybe it's not poison, maybe it's just a clean
this
pawn.
one could
I
be.
just missed who was attacked. Bishop
But it is
c3.
trapped. I mean,
Well, it's hitting that guy.
but maybe you can kind of
Queen
cage it
c5.
in and just kind of say, hey, no rook for you.
Let's find out. Maybe like queen c5.
You can kind of go bishop f1 or bishop f. Oh, the player's playing incredibly quickly because Magnus has got no time on the clock.
Our board is not
Yeah, our board is not updating, so maybe we should
catching up.
just
Now
follow.
it comes.
Oh,
Magnus not in great shape here. Pawn down. No more a pawns. And suffering. Just looks lost. He has to take and then takes. Rook takes bishop b4. Is there a trick?